Hello and welcome to the quick teardown of this Wickes alarm. It's been on the side of a building for a while, so I thought I would open this up and see what's inside. As you can see there, it's quite crusty. Solar panel's got some growths going on there, but quite interesting to look at, that solar panel. So inside just pops open quite quickly and easily, and there's a stub there, as you can see, that kind of pin sticking out, and that's going on to the anti-tamper switch, I believe. That's just probably triggering when somebody opens it when they're not supposed to. And there's an aerial there which we seem to have for Wi-Fi connectivity, and that's the battery, the main battery, and a backup battery as well. So Duracell, but that looks pretty crusty. This is probably an alerting battery, so if your main battery goes low, it peeps or something to alert you. Oh, check out the date there, Jan 2002. That's installed by 2002, so that's probably a couple of years prior to that date when it was used. And you can see, yeah, we've got some crustiness, some leakage going on. So that must be the main sounder, must be the speaker itself, that round thing. And this connection might have gone down to some lights, perhaps a light bar of some description, maybe alerting you if something was triggered. But this one didn't come with anything, so there was no lights on here at all. But it all goes in to this large white box here. There's the feeds from the solar panel going in. So there must be a charging circuit inside here, charging the main battery, giving it a trickle charge, I presume. And everything's waterproofed from there on in. As you can see, there's some sort of gunk just to seal that. But there's no sealing around this main box here, so I'm not sure if that was ever getting wet. I guess it has to be fairly hardy to survive the elements. You know, you're going to have extremes of temperature. So we need to open up this box, don't we, and see what's inside. First, we're just going to prise off this speaker just to have a look inside this unit. So it appears to be clipped in place but also glued. So you have to be a bit destructive to get this off. And as you can see, it's modular, so the whole system seems to be designed so you can unplug and replace things, which is quite a good system. So I suppose if your speaker fails, you can just replace the speaker itself. And that might explain why there were no lights in here. Perhaps this option didn't come with any lights, indicator lights. Let's see inside this cover. This should have prized off, but I think I ended up breaking it. There's no branding on here at all. Just some patent numbers. And I guess it's just some sort of a piezo speaker. So probably quite high pitched and piercing, and you can see it's kind of got a bit of a mold shape to it, probably to get the sound out. Not much to that. So to the box, and this was just crosshead screws, plenty of them. And this at least did have some weather sealing on it. There was a gasket, and it appeared to be almost glued together. I mean, bearing in mind this is probably 20 years since this was opened. Now that module came off on its own, that cover, just to show you some sort of a configuration section. So you've got power there, or a power jack. So you can supply power to it from the mains, I guess. And then you've got jumpers, actually. So possibly anti-tamper jumper, which you set before you close it all up. Siren, probably to enable a siren, and then some micro switches, probably to configure different options. I haven't found the manual for this, but I bet there's options, all different options to configure depending on the switch position. Anyway, let's resume getting into this box. See what's inside. It was much more sealed, this one. You can see it's still retaining its modular features where you can disconnect everything, all the different things like the battery and the solar panel. And this was quite tricky to open. It was almost glued as well as screwed. And it did have a rubber seal around it as well to keep out the rain and moisture. So it was a bit of a mare to open, but we're finally in. And you can see there you've got your top bit, which was exposed with that tiny cover. And then I think this top right module must be the Wi-Fi section. So that's the wireless circuit, and you can see there the aerial just popping out the top, the white wire. That's probably the antenna. And in fact, yeah, you can actually see it's labeled ANT at the top. And then fed power to it via that, again, which you can disconnect if you need to. And then the rest is really just standard circuit board for an alarm, I guess. You got your transformer. I mean, there is a lot more in here than I thought. I thought it would be very basic as an alarm system. But there is a fair bit to it. You've got all your connections in here. So you've got speaker connections, battery. I guess it's going to have the charging circuit, trickle charging circuit, as well as being able to take power from the mains, probably to set it up. And then you've got your timer circuits and Wi-Fi circuits. So, yeah, a lot more in here than I thought there would be. Just goes to show, sometimes it looks like just a random box on the wall, but it was a full-blown alarm system here. Bit of a close-up there. Everspring. I wonder if that's the company for the wireless section. At least it's all labelled though. Not quite sure what the logo is. There's a logo you see in that kind of bottom there, bottom left of that circuit board. It's like 3 circles. And here's the battery. Bit of a beast. Let's see what charge is in here. So it's supposed to be 6 volts, 1.2 amps. Get a multimeter on there. See what we got. I'd be surprised if there's any voltage in here. 1.59. Okay, a little bit in there. Who knows if this was being charged or not, but I guess that's pretty dry. That battery is probably well past its use by date. And this is the voltage off the solar panel. So I just plugged in there to the solar panel feed, and you can see there we're getting 3.6 volts, 3.7 volts, and that was with the solar panel facing down. If we cover it completely, no voltage, of course. But as soon as you allow sunlight in, you'll see the voltage will jump up. So in a sunny day, that would easily produce a good voltage to keep that battery charged. So that was quite effective. And there we go. That's it. Teardown of the Wickes alarm system. So thanks for watching. Sorry it was narrated, but like I say, it was raining heavily, and all you could hear was rain on the conservatory windows and roof. So cheers for now.